I'll be checking your attendance later on, and then I'll be posting this module in our Google Classroom module. Exception. Okay, so again, in our module, by the way, for the midterm, uh, you will be creating a system already. Kung gagawa na kayo ng system ninyo, and okay, so let's try this one. Let's try this one. uh, Again, you need to download and install the composer. So this is the website where you can download the composer and then install that in your computer unit. And then after that, uh, I'll be using the Visual Studio Code. I'll be using the Visual Studio Code here. And then let's try to create a project. Ay, ayaw. There. Sorry. So open ko ulit yung Visual Studio Code. And then yeah, open the terminal. And then in our terminal, wait lang yes, so this is recorded. Copy paste ko na lang. So from our by the way, we have to go to our directory muna. So in my drive C, I have a Laravel folder there. And then let's create a project. Yan. Okay, so composer, create project, Laravel, view Laravel. So yun. By the way, class, you cannot use the composer command if you didn't install the composer. So first you need to install first your composer. Kailangan naka-install yan. Yan. And also sometimes it is required that you are connected to the internet. Okay. Yan. So once we created the project, we can open it already. So open folder. So in my drive C, Laravel. So here, ito, ayan, Laravel, view Laravel. Oh. Yan. So this is auto generated. Okay, auto generated. And then for the user interface, okay, let's open again an terminal. We need to install also the UI, the user interface, so that we can use the Bootstrap for designing our project. And then next, another will be again for the user interface. We'll be needing this one, the artisan. By the way class, your sump, yung sump dapat nagra-run siya. Your sump is running. So this is very important in our project. Uh, your sump, the Apache and MySQL is working. Okay, and then after that, uh, skip na lang natin to. And then we'll try to connect now this project to a database. Kailangan. So for that, we need to create muna. Okay, so we need to create a database. So localhost php myadmin. So here, okay. So let me delete the database Laravel. Drop. And so we need to create that database, the Laravel. Check ko lang yung code natin. Database. Okay. Wait lang. Tawa na tayo dito. Okay, so again, this is auto-generated. The files are auto-generated. So in our .env, we have this one, database connection, MySQL, host, etc. And then the name is Laravel. So meaning we have to create this database in our PHP myadmin. So go back to our PHP myadmin. We have to create mali, dapat Laravel. So this is the name of our database. So create and there. And then after that, go back to our Visual Studio Code. Okay, so again in this file .env, we have the database connection. So if in case that you want to change the database name, you have to change this one. And then in our database kasi we have the migrations, and these files are auto-generated. So meaning if we run a command to migrate, it will automatically create these tables in our database. Okay, so let's try. So this is the command for that, php artisan migrate. Okay, php artisan migrate. There. So when you open your database, balik tayo sa database natin. There. So a while ago, we created the database, but we didn't yet create a table for that database. Wala pa siyang table. But now, it will automatically create tables. For example, failed jobs, migration, password reset, users, etc. based from the migration. Based dito sa this one, yan. Okay. By the way, this is auto-generated and don't worry. Uh, we'll be creating another project from the scratch. Okay. For the meantime, we'll trying this one if it's work. Ayan muna. Okay. So now we have the database. We have also the table. So next is let's try to run our server. By the way, the command is php artisan serve, and then let's open this one. So let's go back to our browser, and by the way, iba kasi yung output. So last year, uh, this is the output. Ito yung output niya last year. But then again, it changes. Again, ayan, ito na ngayon yung output niya. So yeah, logs. Ayan. Parang gumawa lang siya ng link. So meaning our Laravel is working na siya. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to our uh, Visual Studio Code. Balik tayo sa Visual Studio Code natin. Okay. Again, in our env file, this is our database connection. Okay. Yan, we created the database Laravel. Now, for example, let's try to create. So we're going to create a CRUD application for product. So we have to create migration for products table using the Laravel 8 PHP artisan command. So first, file command below. Stop muna natin yung server natin. Control C to stop. Yan. So let's start to create in our migration again. Yan lang, we have the user, password, and then we have the field jobs. Now, we'll try to create a product table. Yan. So PHP artisan make migration, create product table. So if you notice in our migration, it created this one. Okay, so it is auto-generated na. We have the ID stamp, etc. Okay. And then wait, after this command, you will find one file in our database, and database we have the migration and this file. Okay, so for example here we have the ID, timestamp, and for example let's try to create column. Pwede tayo maglalagay ng column. So table, and then string, for example field name, name, for example. Yan. So gagawa tayo ng column for the name, and then ano na lang, details. Yan, example lang, details. Yan lang. Okay, and then next in order for us to create this table in our database, save muna natin Ctrl S. Okay, pakita ko lang yung table natin. So, if you notice in our table, balik tayo sa table natin. I mean database natin. Uh, these are the tables. So, wala pa yung products natin. Okay? So, though we have here in our migration, we have the product table, pero wala pa dun sa database natin. So, we need to migrate by using this command php artisan migrate. Yan. So, pag nag-migrate na siya, so automatic it will create now the table in our database. Yan. So, check natin. Yan. So, we have already the products with the following fields. The ID, name, details created at this is auto-generated. Ang nilagay lang natin is the name and details. Okay? So, if you notice in our code, meron tayo dun sa code natin. Meron tayo ditong ayan, this one, the columns. We have the name, details, and then we have the ID. Now, for the timestamp, yun nga, created at, and so on. Okay, next. Tatapusin ko na ata to. Sige, try lang natin muna. And then next is, we will create a controller. Gagawa na tayo ngayon ng controller natin. Dito yun eh. Apps, HTTP controllers. Yan. So we will create a controller now for our ad. Okay, so let's try. So this is the command php artisan make controller product controller. Then enter natin. So if you notice here in our app HTTP controllers, it created another controller which is the product controller. Gumawa na siya ng ganyan for the ad kasi meron na tayong mag-add tayo later on. Okay. Try lang muna natin. Tapos I'll be discussing na lang one by one later on. So nandun din yung sa module natin, just copy and paste. Okay, so we have here the product create, product show. What natin? Yun, we have the create, we have also the show, we have also the update, and then we have also the destroy or the delete. Ayan. Try muna natin kapag working siya. So pag working, I'll be discussing na lang one by one later on. So we have the controllers. Pero wala pa siyang model. User, wala. Wait lang. Wait lang. Try ko muna na tignan yung output. Okay, working pa lang siya. Okay, next. Bakit wala yung model niya? Controllers, product controller, but wala siyang model. Okay, so if in case na we don't have any model, so we have to create a new folder for the model. And then create a file, product.php. Okay, muna natin yan for the meantime. We have the name and then we have the details. For the IT, that is auto-generated naman, so it's okay lang. Ito kasi yung welcome blade natin. By the way, this is our view or the form. To, and then we have also the cascading style in there. Uh, Home, login, and register. Mhm. Wait lang, welcome. Okay, so okay naman siya. So, mhm. View welcome blade.php view. Supposedly this one. Login. Bakit wala yung reference nito? Wait. Okay, so anyway, let's continue. Views. Model. Product. Wait lang class Parang kasing kulang yung directory na nagawa. Control C. Let's see any update by using this command. You have the npm install. And then next is, it says here npm audit. npm audit, and then npm audit fix force. Okay, and then let's see the routes. We have the web function kasi we have the login also. And then let's add this one. Then let's try to run php artisan serve. Okay, then okay, then next. Controller, so let's see. The next is kasi wala na to anyway. Let's try it again. Creating a product controller. We have here the app controller. Ano na tayo model controllers and php controller. Yep, we created 8 a while ago. And then in our apps we have a model product. uh, Welcome blade. So this is our default. Pero bakit wala yung registration? Okay, anyway. In our products, resources, then we have the views. So we need to create a new folder for the products, then create a new file. Create a new file. So for the layout, then create a new file again for the index. Then new file for the create.blade.php. Then create a new file for edit.blade.php. Then last, show.blade.php. Then let's try to run our serve. Bakit kulang yung file? Wait lang class, kasi kulang yung files ko. Bakit hindi nag-work yung con ko? Or maybe component? Lang class may check lang ako. Bakit hindi na siya gumagana ngayon? Pero last year, gumana naman siya. Wait lang. Sir, hindi pa sir. We're done with the migration. Okay naman. Creatable products. Yes. Tapos naman na to. Okay. Lang. Mag new terminal tayo. Then let's try to create. Kala nga. Okay. So I'm trying to create another project. The name is blog. Wait lang natin. Kasi hindi siya nakapag-create ng ibang files, so I don't know kung bakit hindi siya nakapag-create ng files. Yung other important files. And even the path, wala din siya sa path. Tapos na kaya yun? Ano ba? Okay, so we created a blog. Ito yung project niya, blog. And then open lang natin yung folder. Open lang natin. Blog. Ayan siya. And check env database connection. We have Laravel. We created a database Laravel already. And then let's create a product table. So terminal. Tayo lang. So migration, check natin, wala pa siyang product table. Yan, so nakapag-create na tayo ng product table for the migration. Then dito we'll add table Sabihin natin string name and string details. Detail lang pala. Save. Code. Correct. And then let's migrate. Para meron na kasi tayong product table. No, wala pa. Kasi meron na siya eh. So the table already exists. Okay. Check ko lang yung database natin. Ayan. So, and then next, resources. No, routes muna. Check natin yung routes natin in web. Okay. For the meantime, i-redirect ko muna siya sa products. Then, okay. So, yun kulang yung command doon. So, PHP Artisan may controller so that it will create a controller. Wala pa kasi tayong controller dito. We have a controller pero isa pa lang. So, we will create a controller for the product. Yes. Yan. So, we have a product controller. And then, ano pa? Nag-create tayo ng product controller. Then, what else? Resources, views. Ayan, dito pa rin yung web. Ayan, so automatic na siyang nag-create, but then again, wala pa siyang laman. Okay. Check ko lang to. Then, app models. So, nakapag-create na sana tayo ng product model product.php. Ito na siya oh. Bakit nasa labas? Okay, so anyway. Nasa labas siya. Okay. Save. Hindi talaga na pinapakita yun. Mm. Sige. Okay, class, let's continue na lang this one next meeting Friday. Let me fix muna yung module. I think there are some changes in our module and version of the Laravel. Nagbago na naman yung version niya. So, I will create another module na lang. Again, for the new version of Laravel. Anyway, let's check na muna yung kwan. Let's check your attendance. So, group 1. March 25 ba? Abaga? I think.
Present, sir.
So, March 23.
Present, sir.
Abuan.
Present, sir.
Ayun. Aguilar.
Present, sir.
Okay. Duque. Gallegos. Goshan.
Sir, present.
Gallegos present. Goshan.
Present, sir.
Jose. Anjunil Jun. Manalon Mark. Mendoza Emil. Mercado Nil.
Sir, present.
Pimentel Vincent. Surel. Balubara. Belorio.
Present, sir.
Balubar present. Belorio
Sir Velorio.
present. Kalika.
Present, sir.
Corpus.
Present, sir.
Gapi.
Present, sir.
Carianto. Lasaga. Leonin Karen.
Present, sir.
Obra Aira.
Present, sir.
Tabafunda.
Present, sir.
Okay, last call. Duque. Jose. Manalod. Mendoza. Pimentel. Surel. Yun lang. Sorry. I-icon ko na yun. I'll be giving you another ko na lang. Another module. And, ano ba to? Module, include. Bakit kasi ang dami kong module? Sige. I'll be changing na lang my module. Siguro there's some new version. Bago siguro yung version ng Laravel. Anyway,